And we're live! Coming to you live! Welcome to the Spitball Media Podcast. This is where we spit out the top entertainment stories of the week. My name is John Draper. Shah, happy weekly Spitball Media. Another week.
I appreciate that, sir. Blessed to be here. I'm getting better. I was sick all week, so
I'm getting sick.
I'm finally starting to get my voice back and feel normal, so I'm thankful for that. But I think I have bronchitis. I've been coughing up crazy shit.
Maybe you had a brontosaurus burger and it gave you the bronchitis. You never know. You just don't know. Bish O'Brien looking svelte as ever with his Halloween backdrop. I love it. Shah, did you see his backdrop?
Yeah, you always got cool shit in the background, man.
I try. I got a whole like corner over here that you can't even see. So I might change my setup next time and give everyone a peek. Or you know what? Maybe I'll do that on a Patreon when I finally clean up my fucking rat's nest of an office. Show some of my trinkets. It's not as bad as Meltzer, I swear.
No, it's definitely not as bad as Meltzer. I could see things. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. We really appreciate it. Consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media for $5 measly. Just almost money you throw in the toilet and then flush it and forget about it. You can get countless hours of exclusive content going back to Break the Apocalypse days. We're talking about theme shows. We're talking about individual shows. We're talking about our Q&A, which is a real foundation shot of what we've built on the Patreon with the Patreon audience.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Q&As, we just released one a couple days ago. So go check that out. And our post show today is going to be a banger. So, I mean, that's just another reason to go to Patreon. We got one topic for the post-show Patreon exclusive tonight, but it's going to be a banger. So check out the Patreon, $5 a month. I was talking to my friend today. He was walking around in Philly. And, you know, Philly's all like fancy now in certain areas, right? They got all the hipsters and shit.
Right.
So they have this organic spot. And he was walking by. He was like, oh, shit, man, I'm gonna get a watermelon because he's all vegetarian and shit. He goes inside and he's like, oh, man, I only got $10.25 on me in cash. And I was like, the watermelon's more than $10.25?
Jesus.
Dude, the watermelon's more than fucking $10.
Jesus.
A watermelon.
Wow.
Now, granted, it's organic and all that fancy shit, but still, fucking $10 for a watermelon? That's
Good
2 months
Lord.
of Patreon for us. So go check it out. Patreon.com/Spitball Media.
Bisho, I mean, is a watermelon $10 in Ohio?
I don't think so. I mean, they're kind of.
You guys probably put cheese in it or something, right?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Ours is like sauerkraut and beef and
You put sauerkraut on
mustard on it now. Have you seen that on TikTok?
mustard.
Yeah, mustard on watermelon.
Mustard?
Apparently, it's good. Yeah,
Who's doing that?
it's a thing. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Look it
I'm
up.
so glad most of my life is over. I'm so grateful it's almost over. But Bisho, I mean, what an affordable program that we put out there for that $5, though. It is an affordable premium program package.
And the quality for the price too. I mean, my wife bought my son tennis shoes at the beginning of the school year a month ago. They're already splitting in their Nikes. And like you can't get a month out of a decent brand shoes anymore, but you can get hours and hours and hours of content from Spitball Media, going all the way back to the Break the Apocalypse days. You know, sometimes with Patreons that I'm on, I go way, way back if they're late on an episode and try to find something that I remember as being enjoyable. And you can do that with us too. So go check it out. Patreon.com/Spitball Media. One price, one membership. Don't be a herb. $5.
Yeah, I mean, it's an affordable premium program package, and we're so grateful for the people who have been contributing. And before we forget, guys, least we forget, the voting has started. That's right. The voting for our Halloween watch along, we'll announce a date next week, but we're going to keep the voting open. There'll be no Q&A this month for our friends at patreon.com/Spitball Media. $5. You can join right now. We're going to do a holiday watch along with the Patreon members. That's right. You got to be a part of Patreon to do the watch along. Now we're going to record it as a bonus episode for the Patreon. So this is going to be a fun time. We're going to try to make it time conducive for the people on all the different coasts. And of course, our friends overseas, probably on the East Coast, mid to late afternoon. We're going to do like a 2-hour block. Boy, get those votes in. Guys, Shah, have you peeped the voting? I did peek the voting today.
I have not. Do you want to spoil it?
Should we be? I don't know. I don't want to tip the scales. I want it to be organic. But what do you think, B?
Well, I mean, the people that are on Patreon are going to be the ones watching it. They have access to see it, right?
Okay. Yeah, they have access to see it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
if they're hearing it, they go, "Oh, I'm going to put another vote." Like, all right, why don't we, Bisha, why don't we just get it out of the way?
Or it might motivate people to vote if they hate
Exactly.
that choice that's coming out. They might be like, "Yo, fuck that! I don't want to see that. Let me go and vote." You know? So
Yeah, here,
So
let me-
let's mention the top 5 if we can. The top 5 vote getters
let's
right
see.
now.
Oh, that's kind of tough to do. Number
Oh, I'm sorry,
one,
brother.
John, you're going to be pretty happy here. Wolf Cop is in the lead at 29%.
In all fairness, I've been
What?
hyping that. I've been hyping that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've been
Over Bad Taste and fucking
Hold on,
Street Trash?
we don't know. We don't know how close it is. So 20. What is it? Okay, has 25%.
29% here. I'll just fucking pull it up. Here we go.
Oh, fun! Pull it up. So if you're in the chat, you'll get to peep this.
There you
Here
go.
we go.
So Wolf Cop number 1 at 29%. Next up, Pumpkinhead at 18.
Whoa, Shah.
I'm surprised by that,
Interesting. I'm
honestly.
very surprised by
I love that movie though. I'm all
Great
for it.
movie. Wow. Holy shit.
Number 3, Street Trash coming in at 14% of the vote so far.
Behind Pumpkinhead. Wow, people. All right. All right. Where else we at?
And then tied evenly for 4th place, you have Bad Taste, Psycho Gorman, and Maniac Cop at 11%.
Wow. Okay. Well, the public is speaking here, guys. Well, listen, join the Patreon for $5. Get your vote in, and we will watch the movie. Doesn't matter. Shah, for all we know, Maniac Cop could come from behind and just sweep this thing. We don't know.
You never know. I'm surprised by Wolf
I'm
Cop,
very
though, to be
surprised
honest
about
with you.
this. Pisho, you're not
I'm
surprised.
shocked by
I'm
that.
super surprised. I'm super
No.
serial about my
Wolf
surprise.
Cop is fun, man. And you know what though? Look, if you guys are surprised on the Patreon and the chat, only 28 votes so far out of like 90, 93 Patreons or whatever. So if you haven't gotten your votes in, you still got a couple weeks to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You got at least 2 weeks to do it. So get your voice heard and join the Patreon. This is the best time of the fucking year to join the Patreon. We'll also have an additional bonus show. One of the guys will have a solo show. Chris Matthews said he was torn between Wolf Cop and Maniac. Yeah, it's a tough. Listen, there's no bad answers. There's no bad answers. Bisho, before we get to our many topics, because we're gonna bang out a trailer-a-thon tonight. Who's hanging out with us in the old Chatterooski?
Got our buddies Joe Punches,
Love
Chris
the Punches.
Matthews,
Love the Matthews.
Slave Cheeks,
Who doesn't know Slave Cheeks? He's a legend.
Joe Punches.
2 Joe Punches. Have you been punched?
Yes, I think so. Jamie Pennycook,
Love Jamie Pennycook. How's he doing?
John JLD 999.
Classy young man.
We got Mike Roche.
Love the Roche.
We've got someone else jumped in there and I can't find.
That's it. Well, get your voices heard, people. Make sure you get your votes in.
Luke Weskowski. There we go.
Oh, no Luke forever. All right. We have a ton of stuff we want to get to, but a couple of things real quick. It is the Halloween season. We are in full motherfucking Halloween effect right now. So the Halloween movies are just piling on. The Halloween series, the Halloween specials, the retro movies. So it's hard to catch up. But I'm trying to do my best every weekend. My goal is to do 4 movies a weekend. I only got through 2 last weekend. I was a little drunk, but I'm going to try to do 4 this weekend. I'm going to try to bang out as many as I can. Shah, you caught up to a couple movies that we had seen that I was not aware that. Well, I knew you had seen Long Legs, but you rewatched Long Legs, so now you're on 2 Long Leg visits, and you also saw what else?
In a Violent Nature. I've actually seen that twice as well.
What?
I don't think I ever talked about it. Yeah, I watched it a while ago.
All your opinion on that?
I liked it, but it's not something that I would go back to as like a slasher classic. You know what I mean? There was really nothing to it. It was kind of like.
What did you think of Yoga Girl? What did you think of the Yoga Girl scene?
I thought it was dope. I thought
Hey,
was that the part that you're talking about through the stomach?
Yeah.
That was
Amazing.
fucking brutal.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the kills were all pretty much amazing. Like the kills are fucking 10 out of 10, right? There's just really nothing to the story. Like there's no background story. There's just nothing. It's just some dude in the woods killing people, which is fine.
What did you think of the ending? I kind of feel like I want to revisit it for the ending, see if it works for me again. It's a weird ending.
It was okay. It was okay. I mean, there's a new one coming out apparently next year.
Yeah, of course.
I do see what people mean by, they don't want to just watch them walking around the woods.
Very Grand Theft Auto after a while.
It was a little too much of that. You know what I mean? I don't mind it in Friday the 13th movies. I think they drag this shit out. I mean, there's a portion of the movie, I think there's like 15, 20 minutes almost, where like the kids are just hanging out in the cabin, just talking and nothing is happening for like 15 minutes. They're just conversing.
Well, he's biding.
Yeah, but dude, that doesn't need to be 15 minutes. Yeah, that can be 3 minutes, dude. You don't need to drag that out with them smoking cigarettes and just chilling. Like it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's not a long movie. It's only an hour and a half. It's not
Yeah.
long at all. It
Even
just
with all
kind
that.
of drags in certain points. But for all the negativity, though, the kills make up for it. The kills
yeah.
are fucking brutal, and they look good. It's good
They look
practical
good.
effects. Like it looks fucking dope. You know,
That wood, you like the wood splitter one too. That was a pretty neat.
I loved every single kill, dude. I loved every fucking kill.
What about the
you know what I mean?
lake when he crosses the lake under?
Oh, the
underwater?
lake shot where
Yeah.
he's fucking under the water like Godzilla.
That was probably my least favorite one because nothing really
Oh,
happened.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
it just
No,
drags
that
you
was
down.
that was nice, man. That
Yeah.
was I liked it.
But even that, like, you know, when he's going from the one side of the lake to the other,
Yeah.
I feel like we traveled with him in real time. There was no
You did.
like, you know.
You did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
not a
cut
swimmer.
some of that, man. That's the beauty of editing. I don't actually need 5 minutes of him just fucking stalking her. You know what I
He's
mean?
not Phelps.
Okay.
You know, he's not going to get across there quickly. Bisha, you had a similar vibe, right? I think you liked it maybe a little bit more, but I might it might make a cut for me. I don't think it's going to make Final Five, but I could see because of those kills and the uniqueness of it. You know?
Yeah, it almost reminded me of like Dark Knight of the Scarecrow went really dark
Yeah.
because of the backstory of the movie.
Oh yeah.
The kills were just they were too good to not rate pretty high. I mean, the story itself was, like I said, it was Jason in the Pacific Northwest, basically. And
Yeah.
instead of drowning, has to do with fire. I'm not going to spoil too much, but
Worth
there really
checking
wasn't
out.
much to it. I did like some of the elements in the story. I think the end makes sense on paper. In practice, maybe that's where I think I had an issue with it. It just doesn't, like, there's no punch there.
Okay.
But no, I mean, kills alone, it's got to make top 10 easily.
Yeah, for sure. And Shah,
dude,
you
the kills-
revisited long. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say the kills are probably some of my favorite kills in the last like
Long time.
decade. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
those kills were fucking 10 out of 10, dude.
Oh,
I don't know, man. With Friday the 13th, I feel like there was a little bit more, you know, layer to it. You know, there was a little bit more
yeah,
depth.
the story. I mean, you're not watching Jason like hang out for 20 minutes and pick his nose and like, you know.
They could have used some titties in this too, to be honest
They
with you.
could
just
have
to
used
kind
some titties.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get a scissoring at one point with those girls. That was very
Oh
odd.
yeah.
They teased some muff diving, and then it's the most brutal kill you've ever seen in a fucking movie instead. So maybe he hates lesbians. We don't know. That could be a part fleshed out in the second movie. But Shah, I'm curious because I saw Longlegs twice in the theater, and that second time changed my whole perspective. Where are you now that you've watched it several times?
It's still definitely in my top 5. I actually liked it on the
Oh.
I liked it on a second watch. I agree with B-Show though. I can see this more of a thriller than a horror movie. You know, I think we're talking. That was one of the questions on Patreon. I think.
Yeah, the thriller question.
Yeah, I would consider this more of a thriller, and this had some good gore too. You know, I think they copied that one scene from Hereditary with the desk. You know, but
that scene's brutal, man. That scene's fucking brutal.
It's a creepy movie. It's definitely a creepy movie, man. It's
great music, great score.
Yeah,
love the T-Rex songs, you know, and of course Nicolas Cage. But
I didn't realize it was supposed to be the 90s though. It feels like the 70s.
Yes, that's why there's none of the cell phone usage and everything. They needed it to be that way. B-Show, have you seen it more than once?
No, I haven't seen it again. One interesting thing, I don't know if we talked about this on the show yet, but do you guys know the reason for his face being messed up? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for those who don't know, he was a 70s glam rocker who was obsessed with his appearance and over plastic surgery at his face.
He wanted to make himself pretty for Satan. That was why he continued.
Oh, I didn't see that part of it. I didn't see that it was for Satan. Wow.
Yeah, he was a glam rocker, but then he wanted to make himself beautiful for Satan, so he kept doing that. Yeah, dude, how insane is that? Like, writing that character development that like he's getting plastic surgery because he wants Satan to think he's pretty. Oh my god!
And honestly, I can see this turning into a trilogy. You know, because it was successful. Like I can see this being the next X.
He said it's not happening. Oz Perkins said no fucking chance. He said no way.
They've made money though, man. You never know.
Well, he's a strange guy, Oz Perkins. He's a strange.
I just feel like there's so much more to it that you can do. The backstory of him, like, you know, being into Satan and the cult and all that shit. Because I feel like they could have dove a little bit more into the whole cult thing.
I would like a prequel. I could see a prequel not related to Oz Perkins' vision because that's a different place. But I feel like you guys are all baiting me to sing the song. I feel like that's actually happening.
I think they are.
I don't remember all the lyrics. I have to see it again. But if I recall, I'll have to look. If I just looked at it one more time, I could do it. Yeah, Shah. I mean, look, guys, Longlegs is easily one of the top couple of. There's no chance it's not in the top 3 of the year, right, guys? I mean, could we just say it? There's no chance, right?
No, I think it'll be in my top 5. I don't know if it's gonna make my top 3.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
P-Show?
Depends on what else I can see. 'Cause
Oh, wow. I thought
I've
you guys
seen
would be like, "Oh, absolutely. It's number 3, no doubt." Like, number 2.
currently top 3 for sure. We'll
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
right
one of the
now.
other movies we watched tonight, but,
Okay, okay.
from what I've seen so far, it's still there. I just have a feeling something else is gonna knock it out because I haven't seen enough yet, so.
Well, when you guys see The Substance and Strange Darling, you will wow. I believe Strange Darling is available for video on demand today.
Mm.
The Substance might take a little longer. A lot of people still talking about The Substance. I had a Rosh Hashanah dinner and someone brought up The Substance, and I thought I was being baited because all these people are reading about it in like on like line, and they're like, "Oh, I'm hearing this is like the most controversial movie of the year." People are walking out and blah blah blah. But yeah, Mike Roche, who would play the younger? Yeah, maybe the kid from Saltburn playing the younger Nicolas Cage. I think. What's the name of his character? Do we know his character's name? Anybody? Long
Alex.
legs. No, his name. He says his name's like it's a
Oh,
weird. It's like an Oswald Cobblepot kind of name. It's a
I was
very
just gonna say that, yeah.
it is, right? It is. But we want to move on to a couple of other things. So this weekend, I watched 2 horror films that are very Chuck said he's seen The Substance 3 times. Yeah, I might go back and see The Substance. I really might. It's that kind of a movie. It's an event movie for sure. Yeah. Oh, I understood The Substance, Chris Matthews, for sure. The Body Horror. Yeah, he saw it. It's incredible. It's just incredible. Next level, highest art form. The Substance is the highest art form this year that I've seen of the horror, body horror. David Cronenberg, Ari Aster. This is like they had a baby, and this was this woman, and she wrote this movie. I forget her name, the French woman. She's brilliant. But I saw 2 horror films this weekend. I saw Oddity, which is very hot right now. A lot of people are talking about it in horror groups. It is on Shudder. Very popular movie. And I watched Apartment 7A, the Rosemary's Baby prequel. Now, since B Show saw Oddity and Shah did not see either one, we will not spend a lot of time on this. But I will say, Apartment 7A, guys, in theory, it was good. In theory, I found myself rather bored watching this. It looks good. It looks like Rosemary's Baby. The lead great. She's great. She's from Ozark. That girl, I love her. She's wonderful. Diane Wiest as the neighbor, the old Satanist. The building looks good. Everything looks good, but I just feel like it was a little clunky. Like I couldn't. By the time it ended, I was grateful it was over. And now I also don't want to ruin the movie for anybody, but I thought there'd be a little bit more panache to it. There's some cool stuff in it with the Satan stuff. Excellent. Satan's very hot right now. He's like Hansel. He's very hot right now. But I was disappointed overall. But I will say this: it was interesting. The very last scene, Shah, in 7A is the first scene in Rosemary's Baby, which is a cool way to go.
I was gonna say that's I like that. I don't know, man. The trailer looked really good. I'm
It's
actually
a good looking.
really,
It's good looking,
yeah.
dude. You'll be like, wow, I love the costumes. I love this. I love that.
Yeah.
But the story, I felt like, come on, man. Like we can do a little more with this.
Well, from my understanding, it's like the same exact shit, isn't it? It's like
It
the
is.
same
It's
shit as
literally
the
the same.
yeah. It's basically just like
Show it's the
yeah.
same movie. Like it's almost well, it's very different. There's a lot of tenets to it that make it very different. But what have you heard about it, B Show? You heard anything about it?
Not a whole lot.
Not a lot of heat.
Not at all. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 39% right now. Metacritic's at 48, and I've heard nobody online talking about it.
Did you say 39%?
Yeah.
39?
Here, I'll pull it up.
Oh no, I'm just surprised. I thought it'd be like a 60s or something.
69% audience score, 39%
Audience, yeah.
critics.
The critics hate it. Wow, it is a little clunky. Shah, have you heard anything about this? There's no heat on this. Nothing.
Not really. I just heard it's exactly the same as the original,
Rosemary's
pretty
Baby.
much.
Okay.
That's where they kind of failed was the story. I heard it looks great. It's just kind of same shit, you know.
Yeah, you'll like the visuals for sure. The colors
Yeah.
looks right. The 60s stuff they nailed. And then Oddity. Oddity is from the director of the movie Caveat, which was also available on Shudder. The bunny from Caveat is in this movie. I've not given away anything. I've never seen Caveat, but I recognize the doll. This is very hot movie. A lot of people have this as a top film of the year. Bisho, I want to go to you first. What was your takeaway from Oddity, without obviously giving away too much, of course?
I love the house it takes place in.
Yeah.
It's like a very much like a brick or stone and wood kind of house, old school, maybe in the Irish countryside. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
A little hard to understand. Like I felt like they specifically for the jump scares had the dialogue very low, so that if
Yeah.
something happened, it would startle you. But it was hard to hear because like the accents weren't super thick.
You
But
didn't do subtitles?
no, I didn't do
Okay.
subtitles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the first part of the movie where it's setting up and it kind of has you wondering what's going on and what really happened. Because there's some points in the movie where, like, I like when you watch a movie and it's like, fuck, what would you do in that situation? Like, how would I
Right.
react? It puts you right there. But then I felt like immediately after that first 10 minutes, it's like very haphazard. Like they're setting this up, but then they have to go back and tell this story.
Yes.
It was very
Pacing.
jerky. Yeah.
Pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And very
pacing.
deliberate the way they did that. It was like they mislead you, but then they like go back and throw this random thing in there. And not like an interesting Tarantino way, but just
Right.
like, haha, well, you know, this is this. And
Right.
there's too many of those in the movie, and it just kind of, I don't know. Like you said about Apartment 7A, it's like, it's okay. I'm watching
Okay.
it. It's a nice
Yeah.
ride, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I wouldn't say not watch it either one of these movies, but you would not put it as a top film of the year, would you? Because
no.
it's an every means okay. So we're in the same boat completely. Shah, this is one of those movies that I think people overhyped. Like there's a lot of pacing issues in this. It has great ideas. Shit looks pretty good. You know, it's very like but there's just something about this pacing. You know, did you ever find yourself like wanting a movie like you want it to be better because you heard it was so good and you're kind of like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it happened earlier this year, man. Late Night with the Devil. You know,
Wow.
I had such high hopes for that, and it just
Wow.
fucking
Holy
dropped
shit.
the ball. Dude, I pretty much hate that movie now. Like, I actually kind of hate it. Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't like that movie at all.
It's such a popular movie. Like it's so
I
popular.
know. It
Wow.
didn't have much redeemable qualities for me.
Okay.
As far as this
You need
movie,
to watch it. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard nothing but big things about this, though. Everybody's
well, I heard the first 45 minutes is super boring, and then it kind of picks up midway.
okay.
I don't know much about it, but yeah, I mean, the statue thing that we saw in the
Yeah.
trailer kind of reminds me. Have you ever seen the movie Fear?
The Wahlberg movie. Look, guys, look at
No.
guys, look at this. This is
I don't buy
tremendous.
this, man.
Critics love this movie. They like that director, B Show. Apparently, a caveat is really strong movie. Like people want to love this director. Shah,
Was
you
there any
seen it?
connection between the two
Yes.
movies?
Yes, there
Okay,
is.
gotcha.
I could see a third movie from this world, by the way, without
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you
Be
the
sure.
story.
Can you search the Fear and then just put like horror movie?
The Fear, not Fear with Mark
No,
Wahlberg.
it's called The Fear.
The Fear movie.
Yeah.
1995.
1995. Yeah. Go on some of the pictures.
Oh,
Oh, there
look
it
at
is.
that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Kind of
Oh,
remind
that
me of the same thing.
Yeah, that looks like Robin Williams' Bicentennial Man.
it does. I'm gonna
That's what
kill
I
you
think it is.
now.
I'm gonna kill you now, Mr. Happy. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, B Show. I think we nailed it on the head. I'm blown away with. It's kind of like this. Shah, I think you nailed it though. Without even seeing the movie, this is the new Late Night with the Devil. Everyone's jerking off over it,
Yeah.
and then you watch it and you go, "Okay, it's all right. I didn't hate it." I mean,
I'm sure I'll like this more than Late Night with the Devil, though.
I don't
I
know.
found that to be very cheesy. No, dude. That
we
movie, I went into it.
We're gonna find out real soon.
No. I went into that movie expecting a serious
Oh, me
movie.
too.
I was
I
like,
expected
oh,
it
it's
to be
going to be a
terrible.
demonic fucking massacre. And then I went into like a cheese fest, goosebumps kind of deal in the middle of it. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, the first half was great.
We're the only movie podcast that doesn't like Late Night with the Devil.
Apparently,
I'll
dude, I
take
fucking
that
hate
shit,
that
dude.
movie.
That's a badge of
are.
honor.
We are the
Yeah, I
only.
hate that movie. Dude.
Look
I'm
it
not
up.
gonna lie to you.
No one has this opinion but us. Nobody has this opinion but us. For better or for worse, guys. Listen, before we move on to our trailers, just because this is kind of breaking today, Joker 2 comes out this weekend, which I actually forgot. You know, we've been hyping this up. Obviously, Joker was one of the, strong, film previously, a lot of hype on it. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. It's the sequel to the movie, and it is flaming out poorly with audience and critics alike. It went from a 48 on Rotten Tomatoes to a 40, and people are posting how much they hate the musical aspect of it. Now, obviously, we haven't seen it, so we're not going to talk too much about it. But I want to go to Shah. first. Shah, are we surprised, or do we think maybe this is just something we need to see for ourselves? Because we just got through a whole thing talking about how multiple movies that were hyped up were not good. Are we thinking possibly that maybe this is the opposite of that?
I honestly don't know. I'm kind of torn because most of the complaints I've heard is that it's too artsy, and I feel like I would like that, you
Yeah.
know? So that's a selling point for me. However, I don't like the fact that there's more singing in this than I anticipated originally. Because that's what a lot of people complain about, is that the
Yes, the
scenes just seem
musical.
off
Yeah.
because they just start fucking singing. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it or completely hate it, because
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the cinematography looked amazing. Like that
Amazing.
trailer, holy
Gorgeous.
shit, looked amazing. The singing is gonna fuck it up for me, dude. I already know that's gonna destroy the movie for me.
Yeah. I mean, Bisha, what are you thinking here? Do we think, again, could it be possible that people are just Benjamin buttoning this, like Late Night with the Devil, the opposite direction? Or is it the fact that they chose to make a musical and no one wanted this?
I think that's it. I think, like, look, I hate to say at the end of the day, but the bottom line or whatever cliche term, it's a Joker movie, right? The first one I think got away from being a superhero type movie with not a lot of fighting and action because it was such a great character study of Arthur Fleck.
Right.
Now you're going a whole other direction, and now it's like this musical, weird, romantic, psycho comedy type thing. Maybe not even comedy, but just drama. And I think maybe it's just a bridge too far. I think you're just I did praise some of these movies from getting away from being, 90s comic book action movie type of movies.
Well, yeah, we
This
have
might
enough of those. Yeah.
Yeah, but this might be a bridge too far for a lot of people. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
like it because of like Shah said, it looks good. Performances are gonna be great.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just for a movie
Cinematography.
based on a DC comic character originally, it might just be for me a bridge too far and for a lot of people. So
Yeah, I just hope they guys, my thing is this: if it has the same violent tones and uncomfortableness of the first one, then I will forgive it for the musicals. And by the way, I love musicals, but I don't need to see them in my comic book movies. I don't need your chocolate and my peanut butter. I don't I want to I like separate. I keep everything separated. I want everything on the plate, not touching. Um I might go see it. I feel like I need to see it, but there's a lot of good things coming out. So this might have to take a back seat. But we will see. Let's see how the audience responds. The critics don't like it. The few people that have seen it are, kind of poo-pooing on it. But we just wanted to mention it because next week we could be talking about how this is one of the biggest bombs of the year. I don't think it's going to bomb. Way too popular, people, way too successful. First movie made $1 billion. It would be shocked if this comes close with these kind of reviews. But if you guys remember, not for nothing, the first movie that was during COVID, a lot of rioting, and everyone said this is like white rage, and men are going to start shooting the people. And do you guys remember that? There was critics that were trying to. You guys don't remember that? There was many critics were saying this is not a movie for now because it's like white male rage. Shah, you don't remember that?
Not really. I mean, I
Oh, that was
remember.
out
I
there.
think, yeah, I remember people like joking around about it. I didn't think they were serious though.
Yeah, Bisha, do you remember it?
there were some people who were saying it was like a white or a dog whistle for
For yeah, like
incels and
right,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
incels. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. This looks like it's an incel for musical lovers. Like it's a dog whistle for theater lovers. So I might see it. If I don't go this weekend, I'm not going. There's just too many other things. But I would be shocked if I didn't see it. But I'm a little turned off. And by the way, guys, also too, it's one thing if it's not that good. It's another thing if it's not that good. Shop. It's 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Cut the singing out. It's like 45 minutes of the movie, and then it probably would have been a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, I'm sorry. Before I forget,
he's
Todd Phillips has already said he is not doing any more of these movies.
good. Wrap it up.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, John?
I was just saying, good. I hope they don't make any more of them. Wrap that shit up.
No, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry. I thought I cut you off there. Just want to make sure I got you.
No, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Well, listen, guys, we have a dick ton of trailers. Horror, we got like mishmash trailers. We got them all. We want to run through some cool trailers with you guys. One of the ones I just wanted to do right away because I'm getting very excited for this film. As I know Shah has been very excited for this film. It doesn't come out till Christmas Day. They have a more fleshed out Nosferatu trailer. which I feel like we're going to get inundated with Nosferatu for the next couple of months. So we wanted to play that for you guys now. We had played the previous sort of, it wasn't really a teaser, but it was a very brief trailer that came out that they ran, I guess, starting in August. But there is now a new trailer for Nosferatu opening Christmas Day. Robert Eggers, I always fuck his name up. And we're going to play it for you now. Here we go. So that's Johnny Depp's daughter, guys. That's Lily Depp.
Come to me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, beautiful scene.
Come to me.
Shit.
Jesus.
I've never shared my secret with any soul.
You have had these spells since childhood.
That looks fantastic, that city.
Tell
Wow.
me what you can from the beginning.
The shot is your boy.
Love him.
Jesus. Look at this. Even the
It
even the
was
fucking
like a
title
dream.
card.
It was our wedding. When we turned around, everyone was dead.
Whoa.
The stench of their bodies was horrible.
Damn, look at that shot.
Standing before
Ah,
me
the shadow in the window.
was
Yeah.
death. But I'd never been so happy.
Shit. All right, let's pause this. It's a Shah.
The stench was death, but I've never been so happy.
Shah just bought the ticket now on Christmas Day.
I don't think I've ever seen this many good-looking movies come out in the same year. Like,
Crazy,
I'm
right?
amazed how many great-looking movies, even independent ones.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everything. Look at this shot right here. It's just
Oh,
like the
stupendous, dude.
everything is perfect. You know. I don't know, man. I can't wait to see this, and I have a feeling that this is gonna make an amazing double feature with Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, this kind of gives me that same feeling.
Interesting. B-Show, I mean, this cinematography is like, oh, God almighty.
Everything from, just even the shots in the hallway and the way it's lit and it looks super old. Like, they did a really good job of making it look authentic.
Yeah.
Not that I was fucking there, but and then like coming down the trail into the mountain where the castle is just reminds me of the original Dracula or Bram Stoker's version. And then even these simple shots here or the flyover over the town. It's just
Yeah.
very, very well done.
Yeah. Now, just want to for the chat. So, Slave Cheek is saying it's the first time he's seeing this. Jamie Pennicook, he's a Scottish gentleman. He's not happy with Lily Depp's English accent. She's not a great actress, that Lily Depp, but she looks like she's doing a decent job here. Chuck is saying, keep my fingers crossed Nosferatu gets an early December 24th release. It probably will, so I don't need to go to my company Christmas party. And then Slave Cheeks is like, hot chicks might be at that party. Think about it. Chris Matthews says it looks good. Jamie's now into it. All right, let's finish this trailer. He thinks it's going to be good, Jamie.
This creature is a force more powerful.
Is that a naked woman on horseback?
Its desire is to consume all life on Earth. Only you can redeem us. He is coming.
There is a devil in this world, and I have met him.
Wow.
But you could never please me as he could.
Oh, boy.
I'm ready.
Wow. B, what are you thinking?
I felt like her floating on my tiptoes, just waiting for it to take me, man. Holy
Jeez.
shit.
Right? It's just too good. Oh my God. Yeah, John JLT's like, I'm all the way in on this. I'm all the way.
I thought you were going to say he's all the way hard because
Yeah.
I'm kind of there.
Well, like John JLD says, like the shots and everything. It's incredible, man.
It's a work of art, man. I mean, and we talked last week when people complain that there's nothing new. And even though this is a remake, like
But
there's
it's-
nothing new, there's nothing interesting. Everything's kind of blasé from big studios. If you're not watching stuff from A24, Focus Features is the one I dropped. That's this
Yeah.
one. And Neon, then you're really missing out. You got no reason to say there's nothing interesting coming out.
Shah, you love Robert Eggers. This looks like it was literally made for your sensibilities.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to top this as far as what's left out of this year. This is probably going to be my most anticipated movie of the year. This trailer looks so much better too.
Right.
Like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
And I stand by that, man. I think this and Dracula, Bram Stoker's, like, are going to be very similar as far as like how they look and the atmosphere. Like, I'm fucking sold on this, man.
Oh,
I don't even like vampire movies. I hate fucking Dracula movies. Bram Stoker's is the only one I like. You know, like,
yeah, but this
I
sort of
hate werewolf
transcends this
movies.
in a lot of ways. Like this is the OG, like the first
Yeah.
of the first, you know.
Now, this is going to be a classic, dude. I can tell.
for
This is
sure.
going to be an instant classic.
But both Chris Matthews and Jamie at the same time literally almost said Eggers hasn't missed. Yeah, he does. This guy is a beast. This dude is like on a fire. I'm very excited for this. Now, I want to just say this now. Let's just get this out of the way. I think in fairness, because it comes out on Christmas, we should count this as a next year movie. What do you guys think about that? Because it is going to spill into the new year. Do you guys think it should fall into 2024 with 5 days left in the year, or should it be considered a 2025 release for as far as competitively against other films in the year? What do you think, B? Oh, you're muted, buddy. Be sure you're muted.
There we go.
Sorry.
Finally, someone managed to shut me up. So maybe that's why the Chainsaw Awards goes from June to June now. Because the one thing I do fear about that, though, is that if this movie comes out around Christmas and then a whole new slate of movies comes out like summer, spring, fall 2025,
people forget it.
yeah, this is going to be forgotten, and that's a shame.
All right. What do you think, Shah? I feel like it's because it's going to be out in 2025. Like,
well, as far as I mean, realistically, you're probably going to be the only one out of the three of us to be able to see it this year. Since it's coming out so late, like I don't think I'm going to be able to see it this year. So I'm okay with counting it for next year.
yeah, I feel like just because we might not see it until 2025. So it's like, but we will see. Look. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's up there with the 3 or 4 best trailers of the year easily. I really think it's going to deliver, and I'm very excited. But we're moving on. We got some holiday movies. Some of them low budge. Some of them not so low budge. There's a movie called Carved. It's a holiday film. Now, a lot of these movies will be available for streaming immediately for the season. Some of them are coming out on networks like Shudder and so forth. But this is a movie called Carved, and it's a horror film. We're gonna play it for you now.
Pumpkin. It's farm fresh. Do you mind if I carve it?
This is on Hulu. This looks fun as hell, by the way.
Oh, I'm tripping balls, man! It's stalking us. It's going
Evil pumpkin movie, guys.
It's just a pumpkin.
This way, dum-dum! There's kind of a killer pumpkin on the loose.
Oh, this looks fun.
Yeah.
This is how we celebrate pumpkins. We love pumpkins.
It's caressing the dead pumpkin.
Oh, geez. Oh, this looks fun. Bisho, this looks like a modern day This doesn't look very low budget to me. Am I crazy?
The CG looked a little but it didn't look terrible. Like it didn't,
didn't
like the
look
quality
like-
of the film. Yeah, it almost looks like Killer Tomatoes meets like Hocus Pocus,
Yes.
or something like that.
That's what it reminded me of. Thank you. Oh my God, I totally forgot. Shah, this reminds me of a trauma movie.
It does. It actually reminds me of that other Halloween movie. We just watched the trailer a couple weeks ago. That was an indie movie too. Kind of reminds me of that.
Oh, the one with what's his face? Not Kane Hodder's in it. Is that one or that?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? Bisho?
And Bill
It's somebody-
Moseley.
Bill Moseley. Yes, Bill Moseley and Kane Hodder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of lower budget, halfway comedy. Like, kind of reminds me of like Idle Hands type of movie, like where it's like halfway
Yeah,
comedy, halfway
fun.
horror.
Yeah, it comes out the week before Halloween.
Yeah.
No big.
I don't know
deal.
if I'm going to be able to catch this. I mean, the trailer looked fine. Looks like one of those movies that you can watch and have no complaints about, but it's not something that I'm going out of my way to watch.
No, and I think Bisho, it would be one of those things that if you just want to watch a horror movie because it's Halloween season, you throw on.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes you have to be in the right place to be able to watch a certain, like, you can't just throw on a Terrifier when there's people buzzing around your
Oh,
house.
no.
This is a fun, like almost a party movie where like if you have a
You
bunch
could
of
put this
people
on,
over,
right?
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you could have this on in the background at a Halloween party. Perfect. Yeah, that's a great expression. And Hulu's doing some fun shit. Like Hulu's got some fun shit, but I mean, it's probably terribly stupid, but it's supposed to be, and I like that. Like I like when nobody takes themselves that seriously. This next trailer is for a movie called Mads, Mads. I did see this trailer. I don't want to get too into it because I want to get you guys' reaction. But I believe it's another streaming holiday. When I say holiday, Halloween holiday streaming movie, and it's called Mads, Mads. Shah, This looks like Climax meets fucking like a bunch of other movies, man. This looks good.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. It looks fine. I just feel like he stole too much from Gaspar Noé. He's a French guy. Gaspar's a French guy.
Well, he
Like
made
he's
them.
clearly.
Them is awesome, dude. Them is a
I
great
don't think I've
fucking
ever seen
movie.
that.
Bijou, can we pull this movie up just to get a little backdrop here?
Yeah.
Like it steals from Irreversible and Climax.
Mike Roche
Like,
is saying that. Mike
Yeah,
Roche is saying that.
well, the tunnel scene. It's
Well, it's an homage. But you know how many people have ripped off the Old Boy scene?
Yeah, but doing both movies in one, that's a little bit much, man.
Let's take a look because Them is great. If you guys never heard of Them, I highly recommend it. It's fucking great.
It does look good though. It's not like a bad look.
Well, for Shah, you also have to remember it's one shot. It's one continuous fucking shot.
I forgot about that. That actually kind of sells me. And again, Climax, fucking it was like a 16-minute shot.
Yeah. Well, Climax is almost. It's not Shah. I don't think it's exclusively one continuous shot, if I'm remembering it right. But I have seen Climax. Bisha, do we know? I want to see if I can get. Can we look up the director real quick?
David Moreau. And Shah, I'm with you, man. There's a lot of movies. Maybe it's just because we've seen a lot of shit now, but there's a lot of movies coming out where it's like, oh, that looks like they took 2 or 3 movies and just, crammed them
Well,
together.
that's my only issue with this guy is I feel like he's a big Gaspar Noé fan, which if you're paying homage to the guy, that's not a problem. But I feel like you're essentially just stealing 2 of his movies and just mashing them up and creating this.
Yeah,
just not a great. And I mean, Gaspar is a fucking master filmmaker. You're not going to do it better than him.
Yeah, he's super artsy. This looks a little bit more horror than what Gaspar does. Bijou, can we click on Them? I just want to get a refresher because Them is a very popular movie from 2006. This is kind of like when that French wave was kind of happening, Shah. I'm just trying to remember. Lucy and Clementine peaceful through the isolated country, but one night they wake up to strange noises. Then I load. Yes. Oh my God, guys, this is a great fucking movie. I'm very excited about this because I've seen a previous movie. I've heard of The Eye, which is the director's other movie. Shah, you've never heard of Them?
I don't think so. No.
Oh man, it's so good. Bisha, you never heard of it either?
No.
Oh, it's real good. Jamie's saying he remembers it being good. Yeah, this is a good movie, man. Gets very creepy. 2006. Yeah, that was a good time. That was like when that French wave Shah was going down. I'm into it, man. But
I mean, shot super low budge like this to where it looks almost like handheld.
Not that low budget. It's a little grainy, but like, it's 2006. You know what I mean? Like, but I would be checking this out. You know what I mean? I think Jamie thinks they're going to use technology to hide the cuts of this movie, but I don't know. I'm going to check it out. It's going to be on Shudder very soon, so we'll have access to it. But I thought it was worth mentioning because it's got a cool premise. One shot movie shot. Seldom do you ever even hear about this. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, I had to step away. My dog got in the trash can. What did you ask me?
I was just saying a one-shot movie is seldom that you ever even hear about something like that. Oh, you're on mute. Everybody's muting themselves.
Yeah. Like you're right. Like Gaspar Noé, his movie is not a one shot. It's a specific scene that's like 10 minutes long. That's one shot.
Yes.
So if this whole movie is one shot, that's insane.
That's what they say. Yeah.
I know there's a Persian filmmaker. He made a movie that's an hour and a half. That's literally one shot.
Oh wow.
But he's the only one that I know that's done it prior to this.
What was the other big one recently? The 1912 or 19?
Oh, that what 1917 or something like
that wasn't actually one
movie.
shot.
That wasn't one shot, but they had a section of the movie that was one shot where they actually had the bombs going. Like there was a big section of that movie for the war scene. I remember that was I didn't want to watch it because my dad had just died, and that was my dad's thing. He would like watch those kind of movies and call you about all the time. So I kind of had to check out of those movies, unfortunately. But we're gonna keep it moving. we got another trailer. This one is called Getaway. I don't know if it's Getaway, like is it Getaway or Get Away. I guess we'll have to see.
It says "Get Away" on Twitter, so
Get away, B Show. Get away.
I've heard that several times in my life.
Now, hold on. I should pause. If this is going to look familiar to you, if you're a Shaun of the Dead fan of these types of movies, that Nick Frost, yes. So I didn't want to bury the lead here, but this trailer just dropped, I think, yesterday. So let's check it out together. It's called Getaway, as in getaway, like vacation.
So in 1824, the whole island quarantined itself until most people had either died or had turned to cannibalism.
Thank you for the info.
You're welcome, Daddy.
Gross. It kind of bums me out seeing him as a
And
dad
we buy
now.
tickets
Not gonna
here
lie.
for the ferry.
Where are you going?
We're going to Svolta.
You cannot go there.
We've actually booked a B&B.
Look, hang on. Yeah, have a look.
Richard.
Shush. All right, let's go.
Great.
To enjoy your time on Svalda. It will be short.
Thank you.
This is your mother's house.
Yeah, she was born here.
And is she still with us?
Sadly, no. She was murdered right there in her favorite chair.
Sorry.
Get up out of that.
Is this a Kevin Smith movie?
We've come on holiday to a Swedish horror film.
I feel like we are being watched.
This is about last night.
What last night?
Oh, shit.
What do we do?
I'm not going to be scared away by these people.
Bringing those people here was wrong. We will put things right.
This is like Midsommar meets Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Coming here was a big mistake for you.
Why?
Well, we better get on.
I thought we were just going to scare them off. I love you, Mummy.
The English must be offered up.
Ever since we came to Svalta, we have felt nothing but unwelcome.
Our debt must be paid.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Svalta. They are mostly harmless.
Everything is fine.
I love it. Shah, it looks like it's taking the piss out of Midsummer, man. I love it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like again, another horror comedy, kind of like Shaun of the Dead meets like folklore.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of folk horror-y. It's got comedy. I would watch this. This is something I would definitely watch. I wouldn't go to the movie theater for it, but this is something I would watch streaming, you know.
Yeah, there's some speculation in the chat between Chris Matthews and some other people whether or not Nick Frost wrote and or directed this. I think he might have done both. We will check that in a minute. But B-Show, I dig it. What do you think?
Dude, look, I think Nick Frost in that role kind of sells it for me.
Yeah.
They could have put a bunch of other people like Kevin James in it and it would have been fucking Turdsville. But not that I don't like Kevin James, just in this setting. I'm digging it. Like I said, it's like Midsommar meets Family Vacation meets Shaun of the Dead. And no, looks I did not expect that was great. I did not expect a man on fire to run through as she's casually just saying everything's fine.
That was
Sorry
pretty
for
great.
losing it, guys.
Can we let's pull this up real quick? I just want to get because a lot of people I like Chris Matthews, like I'm totally in. Joe Punches says it's dark comedy horror, like Wicker Man meets Midsommar. John JLD said I like the vibes. Yeah, this is probably a fun fucking movie, honestly, because these guys know how to make fun. You know, they have engaging films. I just want to see if what Nick Frost's involvement is with this, if we could pull him up.
I was confused because the credits said from the people who brought you
Mandy Tusk. Well, yeah, Kevin Smith, you know, I mean, he directed it, but he didn't maybe produced it. So Nick Frost is
He wrote it, yeah.
He wrote it. Okay, did he direct it? Written and directed by Nick Frost?
No. Stephen Harris.
Stephen Harris. Can we see what else? All right, Nick Frost wrote. So Nick wrote the movie.
Yeah, directed by Stephen Harris, written by Nick Frost.
Also stars. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of any of these other people. What is Nick Frost's involvement with those other films, though, B-Show? Is he like a producer for some of those other films? I know, obviously, as an actor, he's, you know.
Let's find out.
Yeah, like Shah, did you see that? Like it's saying the people who brought you Tusk, Mandy, and Vivarium. Vivarium's a weird movie. I've always wanted to see it. I've always caught part of it. Are you familiar with that movie, Shah?
I am. That's the one where they move into that development where all the houses are exactly the same, right? I think.
It sounds
Yeah.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It's got some
Definitely
big
looked,
names in it, I think, Vivarium.
it looked like a really good looking movie. One of those art house films. I heard a lot of bad reviews about it, so I never checked it out. But
Okay. Yeah. Jamie, you're mentioning Space. I have heard of Space, the Nick Frost TV show in the early 2000s. Mike Roach is saying Vivarium is fucking awesome.
Hmm.
So B Show, like, what is his involvement with those other films? I'm just very curious.
He just acted in Shaun of the Dead, and I thought Simon Pegg wrote it, which I'm confirming here on Wikipedia.
Yeah, Edgar Wright obviously directed Shaun of the Dead, but
Let me
you know.
let me look at Hot Fuzz because that was the other one they did.
Well, Edgar Wright directed Hot Fuzz, so he also directed At the End of the World or something like that.
Yeah, Simon Pegg did Hot Fuzz too. So Nick Frost, I guess, was just in him.
No, Nick Frost isn't in Tusk, and he isn't in Mandy.
Oh, Tusk. Let's see.
Nick Frost isn't in Tusk or Mandy. No chance, is he?
And Tusk was a Kevin Smith film. That's why I was confused by that.
Yeah, it's a weird ass movie. I've seen it, but
Produced by William Johnson, Sam Engelbert, Shannon McIntosh, David Greathouse.
I don't see his. Okay, I'm curious who's
XYZ Films is because the production company associated with it.
Okay. So it's a little loose affiliation there, but yeah, At the World's End is one of my favorites, Chris. I saw that in theaters. I love that movie. I just had a whole talk with somebody the other day about Hot Fuzz. Like, so this guy who set up my phone, he was like, it's his favorite movie. Like he says, it's his favorite film of all time. Weird favorite film of all time. But guys, I think we all agree this looks like a fun, interesting movie, right, Shah?
yeah, definitely. I'm not even a fan of those British movies like the Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz
Yeah,
and all
I'm a
that.
fan.
Yeah, I don't like any of those. This one looks fun though. This
Yeah.
will be the one that I actually enjoy.
Okay, so B-Show, I think we're all in agreement that this could be a fun movie. It comes out in December in theaters, but Shudder is probably going to get it because they're producing it. With these
Yeah,
other-
IFC Film too, so that they own
Oh.
Shudder, right?
They own Shudder. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're AMC and it's I don't know. AMC channel owns Shudder,
There you go.
which may also own IFC. So I think that might be part of it.
Yeah, IFC and Shudder are definitely affiliated.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're
Mhm.
definitely affiliated. We got a couple more trailers before we head out here. There's a movie called Companion. I don't know if I saw this one. I'll know in the first few seconds. The Companion trailer, right, Bisha?
Companion. Yep, I'm grabbing it right now. When I pull them up on Twitter, it's not muted, so I got to stop it so you guys.
Yeah,
don't
no, I
have
know
the
it's a little
music in your
tricky
ear.
sometimes, but because it could be very, very fucking annoying. Yes, New Line Cinema. I did see this trailer. This is
Wow.
a shorter trailer, I think. So
Yeah, 117.
oh yeah, where do you see this fucking shit?
From the Notebook Studio. That's
I was gonna say the Notebook.
Hold on, hold your horses, guys. Trust
it's
me.
New Line, yeah.
Trust me. That's Jack Quaid from The Boys. Here we go.
Fuck.
Where do you see this shit? Boom.
There we go.
Oh yeah, watch this.
Damn.
I know it's going to sound cheesy, but the moment we locked eyes,
She looks familiar too. Yeah.
there was just a spark.
What the fuck? In IMAX. Nice.
Yeah, IMAX. See, Shah, you let that Notebook thing cloud your vision.
I honestly didn't realize New Line was still around. I feel
know,
like
it's
the last
crazy.
I had no idea there was still a thing.
Yeah. It's wild, right?
It looks good. It looks like a revenge movie, obviously. Looks like it has some twists, you know. Looks like something I would definitely check out.
Yeah. So that's
like
that's Jack Quaid. He's the star of the TV show The Boys, based on the comic book that I love, B Show, and he's also the son of Dennis Quaid and Melanie Griffith.
Mm-hmm. And what a fine film for him to star in. I agree with you, Chris Matthews. I did not see that coming at the end with her hand over the candle.
Fucking brutal.
something creepy about not just, I guess I'm a little bit of a nut for the true crime stuff. It's not just creepy enough that someone's abducted. It's when you make them pretend that like they're taking part in your fantasy.
Yeah.
Just as a whole other level of depravity that I love seeing, man.
Yeah. There's a similar thing in Strange Darling. I'm not going to get too into it.
All right.
Similar thing. But Bisha, would you mind pulling this film up? I just want to get an idea if we could flesh out a little bit of the plot. And that girl who is gorgeous. She looks, her face. Shah, did you recognize that girl? She looks very familiar.
I feel like I've seen her before. I can't pinpoint from where though. You know,
Punches is
She looks
saying
very
she was the
familiar.
girl from Yellow Jackets, Maxine, and Heretic.
Oh, you.
Sophie Thatcher, yes.
That's Sophie Thatcher. Oh, she's
Yeah.
great. She's cute. Damn, that's right, Shah. She's one of the stars of Heretic. This girl's got some big bangers coming out. Yeah, she's cute, man. She's
Dude,
cute.
that's another movie that I feel like is going to probably make my top 5 this year.
Oh yeah, Heretic. Oh, of course. I mean, let's see, Bisha. Does it give us anything? I feel like they're keeping it a little under wraps here for plot purposes.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to go to IMDb because sometimes I'll
Okay.
have something. Wow, nothing. Other than
Wow,
fucking
they're really
Amazon
keeping this
Prime
under
ads.
wraps. Joe Punch is coming up with the fucking saves on all this. Yeah, she's got some face, that kid. She's a good looking lady. Maxine, I'm trying to remember who she is in Maxine. I think I know. Well, you guys haven't seen it yet. Maxine's coming very soon to Max, but wow, what a cutie, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Great. Who was she?
Who does she play in Maxine?
An FX artist.
Yes, there's a scene where she's putting makeup on Maxine, and it's like kind of a weird scene. But Shah, that's a movie I would check out. I have a feeling it's got a wacky ass plot.
Yeah, it looks fun. I'm not a big fan of revenge movies aside from Revenge itself, that movie.
Right. Yes, I know.
This looks like another one of those movies that I would enjoy because the whole I Spit on Your Grave and
yeah,
Last House on the Left. Those aren't typically my type of subgenre of horror. It's not something
Right.
I can really get into. This looks like it has some new ideas that are quote unquote fun.
Yeah, and they got some very hot young people in it that are very popular right now. Like Jack Quaid is very popular right now. And Sophie Thatcher has got bangers. She's got a banger after she might have 3 huge horror bangers this year, B-Show. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Plus, like I said, Yellow Jackets.
Yellow
They're saying
Jackets,
that might
yeah.
get another season.
It is. It's already been greenlit for another season.
Shit, man. Look, talking about these A-list kids getting into horror movies.
Killing
It's
it.
a great time. We've been talking about this for a couple months, man. Horror
Killing
has
it.
really been on fire, and it's attracting Kevin Bacon, this girl, Demi Moore to the substance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's great because you get a range. If you want some of the shittier kind of, you guys call it, more trauma-esque stuff, you can see that stuff. You can
for
see
sure.
Terrifier, which is gross out. You can see this type of movie, which is like a little bit more clean and sanitized than the other
Mhm.
ones. But there's a whole range for people to enjoy, and I'm really glad that it's come around because the mid 2000s were pretty fucking rough.
Yeah, I fucked up. His mom is Meg Ryan. Thank you for correcting me on that. I said Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith's daughter was the one from that. She's a big actress now too. She's in like she's a shitty actress, but Don Johnson and Melanie Dakota Johnson. I just got them. I crushed my Dakota Johnson. Johnson. She was from the 50 Shades of Grey movies. She's also like, she's a very wooden actress, but she's hot as balls.
Oh yeah.
Madam
Madam Web.
Hot. Madam Web, yeah, smoking hot. She's so hot, she's surviving Madam Web. Her and Sydney Sweeney shook that off like a bad case of fleas. We got one more trailer for you guys, and then we're going to head on over to the Patreon. And this is a movie called Puzzlebox. Puzzlebox, which is what really the lament configuration is, B-Show from Hellraiser. It's a puzzle
I
box.
just had that shirt on the other day too.
Oh, my lament configuration? Yeah,
Yes,
from
I did.
the Hellraiser. Anyway, this is a movie called Puzzlebox, and we're going to play. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're going to play it for you right now.
Hey, who are you? You can't be here.
Is this another UK one?
Hi, my name is Kate, and I am here to rehabilitate myself. Creepy.
Shit.
This is huge. No, it's
Found
okay.
footage UK movie.
So like an Airbnb mental health getaway gone
there
wrong.
might be one that's unlocked.
Look
Not
at
an
this shit.
alcoholic. Let me
So
take the
creepy.
precautions I need to keep you sober.
Oh, wonderful. No power.
Actually, you're scared, so... Okay, screw this. I'm coming to find you. Where are you? Follow my voice.
Wow.
Kate? Didn't I just...
What?
I'm downstairs. me you heard a scream? I heard something.
That's not possible.
Wow.
Let me in, honey. Is this real? Olivia, is the power on where you are?
Yeah.
I know how to do it now. I know how to do it now. Let me try again.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Shah, this crosses a lot of genres there. It has the found footage genre. You know what I mean? The first person, like the first person, whatever they call it. It's not really found footage, maybe. Like first person shooter type, whatever the fuck we'll call it.
I mean, I'm typically a big found footage guy. This didn't really give me anything to get excited over, though, to be honest. It seemed very generic. They didn't really tease you with much at all. Just random screams. It just seemed very generic. And I know it's low budget, so the expectation is low, but still. I feel like they could have done more, man. With found footage, you can hide a lot. I just feel like they didn't really give us anything in this trailer. To be honest with you.
B-Show, what are you thinking?
It's like an episode of Ghost Hunters. It was just
Oh.
like, oh my God, oh, there's something
Yeah.
there. We can't see it, but it's there. So be scared because it's there. It's, also very Gen Z. Like my kids watch these videos on YouTube where people like pretend to be scared by these video games, but there's like no real fucking threat.
Okay.
So I can see why some people may like it because it's of the time. But yeah, I another one of these where I kind of wanted to like the idea because it's like a maze of a house. They can't find their way out. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's intriguing. I mean, I like the fact that it looks like there's only a handful of people in the movie, and it's all shot from that camera. Jamie thinks it could be Australia or New Zealand. Mike Roche's The Taking of Deborah Logan was better. Oh, that's a good movie. The Taking of Deborah Logan. I like that movie.
Feels like one of the weaker segments from like a VHS movie. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think it's cool. I'd be curious to see what the actual thing is, like what's going on in the house. That's the thing. I'm curious where the plot goes. Be-Show. Like I'm always wondering, like, oh, so what actually is this? Are they just both fucking crazy? You know what I mean? None of this is happening.
It's that, and it also almost set it up like Blair Witch, where like they're in the woods. We're following the map. We're supposed to be going east, and we're in the same spot we've been at for 2 days. So like this disorienting kind of weird paranormal thing, or they're crazy, which
that's what I'm saying. Like they're just shithouse crazy, and none of this
Dark
is
Water
actually.
Kind of reminds me of Dark Waters a little bit.
Dark Waters, yeah, for sure. I'm curious, and Mike Roche says, I hear Puzzlebox, I think Hellraiser. Yeah, immediately my head went to like the Lament configuration. You know what I mean? So, but the Puzzlebox is the fucking house. This creepy Airbnb that they rented in the middle of nowhere so they can one of them can get sober, and then they lose power and they start seeing shit. It's a cool premise.
Which, I kind of like this more seeing from IMDb. She isn't just crazy trying to rehab, she's a drug addict.
Okay.
So my take is probably that some of this has to do with the themes of not being able to escape, addiction and driving yourself crazy and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'll give it a try.
So Joe Punch has just dropped this on us, guys. VHS drops tonight, I think at midnight. Shit. So what does that mean for the weekend, guys? So we got Salem slots. You guys, Shah, you got to try to watch Oddity. B-Show, you got to try to watch Apartment 7A. Now we got VHS. What else did I forget? Wasn't there something else I said? That 8 Eyes. The Vinegar Syndrome movie. Holy shit. And isn't there something else, guys? Didn't we mention earlier in the show? I'm trying to remember. Like, because
I'm going to try to bang out 3 of those this weekend. I'm going out tomorrow night, but maybe Saturday and Sunday. I can watch Oddity, VHS, and probably what else was there? Oh, the 8 Eyes. See that.
What was the other one? No, there was
Carved, or is that 2 weeks from now?
No, there was something we talked about before the trailers.
Oh.
That came out. But Salem's Lot is now available. Fucking VHS is going to be available on Shudder. Like, what the fuck? How am I going to catch up with all these motherfuckers, man? It's too much. It's too much.
And people wonder why we don't talk about wrestling. There's a pay-per-view Sunday. I had no idea, and we've got like 7 movies to watch instead. I would much rather watch 7 horror movies coming out than fucking Bad Blood.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be joining the Ringsiders boys overseas for that while I'm home. I'm pretty sure. And also UFC, I think, is this weekend. So it's a wild weekend.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but listen, guys, I will not be on the post show. That will be B-Show and Mr. Shah, and they have a very special one-topic post show for you guys that you guys are going to enjoy. Joe Punches, yes, you did say Eight Eyes was good. First half is a lot of talking, and the second half is where it picks up. But there's a lot of horror movies to check out right now on all streaming platforms. It's the Halloween season. I mean, this is it. But we're going to get to our pluggy plugs. We're going to plug some pals. First and foremost, I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Ronald Anderson. I believe it's his birthday today, so happy birthday to him. We have Deathmatch Outlaws we're going to plug. We're going to plug the Drucifer Yarcifer Experience. Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, the Down Under Thundercast, Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle, and of course, the guys over at Wrestling Soup. We have Necromaniacs Podcast, the Inhuman Experience Podcast. Ringsiders, I'll be joining them for, I think, Sunday as a recap of that WWE PLE, which is Saturday. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show, The Garden of Doom. And, of course, we have the Old Guy Metalcast, MJW Games, Cherry Jesus on YouTube, and his band Kaiser. The Red River Podcast, that's Sam Hoyos and his band Playing Dead. I think they just released a new video. And I believe on the 12th, his interview with my brother Mark from the band Shutdown, whose new record is coming out in conjunction with that release date. So we'll keep an eye on that. You want to check that out. That's Shutdown. Their new record's coming out on Equal Vision. But Sam Hoyos interviewed my brother Mark. I haven't heard it yet, but I don't expect he says that much about me. He's just not that kind of a dude. Bayou Geeks Fatty 316, the High Marks Podcast, Midnight Mass Creature Cast, the Weekly Detour with Anthony Nelson and Teddy, and of course the Guns and Geeks Podcast. Shah, anything on Planet Mondo going down?
No, I've been on a hiatus, and I don't see myself returning anytime soon, to be honest with you. But go subscribe. I have a bunch of videos that you can watch at any time. None of them are really relevant to the time, so you could watch it a year from now. You could have watched it a year ago, so just go check it out. Planet Mondo.
And hit that subscribe button for Planet Mondo.
Absolutely.
Of course, right, Shah? B-Show Brian, you got anything cooking and wooking over there on the old B-Show Brian channel?
Yeah, for those of you who didn't check it out when it was on Patreon exclusive, I put up the House of Wax tourist trap video to the YouTube channel this week. It's there's some people who seem to be liking it, so go check it out. I'm gonna try to record some stuff either this weekend or next week to have up by either the week before Halloween or just around Halloween. So subscribe, give me a like, and ring that fucking stupid notification bell like Quasimodo.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, you got to subscribe to the Spitball Media channel. And don't forget, Patreon peeps, get those votes in. Next week, we will not announce the show, but we will announce what we'll be watching, but we will announce the time and date. And we will announce the platform at that time where we're going to be doing all this. So I would expect it would possibly be a Saturday. It could be a Sunday. It'll be a weekend date, late to mid-afternoon on the East Coast. I just feel like that's probably the best way to accommodate people overseas and people on the West Coast. And it'll probably be in a couple of weeks. So get those votes in. Guys, thank you so much for such a fun episode of hanging out with us in the chat. We really appreciate it. Check out some horror movies this weekend. We'll see you next week on Spitball Media Podcast.